What's up, noobs? So we are back to having some fun with our wizard tower. How's everybody in chat land doing today? So a couple of things. One, I had to make the stones smaller, so I just sat in front of my TV and drew some more pencil lines in here because that was just way too big last time. So I wasn't going to leave them like that. We made them smaller. So, but that's all I've really done on this since then. I didn't want you guys to miss any of the fun. So here we go. So there's a few more things I want to do. So one, I'm going to build out another layer on the bottom and make it a little wider because I want to have a staircase that kind of comes up to the door, like comes around and up to the door. Also, we're going to put kind of like a thing jutting out, a little walkway thing that comes up out of, kind of grows out of the rock, and a walkway to a little observation patio thing. So I'm going to be trying to work on that. I don't know if we'll actually get to painting this today, but I mean, after we get all the structure done and the carving and stuff, we'll just be black bombing it. So I may just do that off camera because we're gonna have to wait for it to dry and all, and that's not, you know, just painting a whole thing black is not something you guys really need to see. It's not terribly interesting. So anyway, so what we're gonna do, I'm going to get out my 2-inch, 1.5, 2-inch, I don't know, something like that, foam, and we're going to cut a little bigger platform for the bottom here. Oh, and I've got some coffee, so hopefully my English speakings will work better today. But we'll see. We'll see how it goes. All right, so I need my kniffy. And I think maybe I'll do something. Is it going to be big enough if I do? Yeah. Something like this. Maybe this big. That'll be fine. That'll be just fine. Get this out of the way for a sec. All right. This thing is a little bit, this knife is getting a little dull, so I got to be careful and not put too much pressure on it because I don't want it slicing my hand off. That would be a bad thing. So there we go. So now I've got that bit. That's good. And put that away so I don't slice my fingers off. All right. So I think I'm going to go ahead and, how do I want to do this exactly? Do I want to kind of catty corner it? So first I think I need to figure out where am I going to put the door. So I'm going to have the thing jutting out here, and it's going to be kind of an arch, a little arch, coming, kind of growing out of the rock. So we're going to have more buildup, a little more buildup here for a little tower with a thing, and a little balcony thing. And then I think maybe I'll put the door on the opposite side. So I'm going to want it to be about here-ish. You can't see that. About here-ish. So, and then I'm going to want stairs to kind of come around like this and look like they're part of the stonework, and it's been kind of magicked out of the existing stone. So I've got my breakfast here, so I'm gonna be munching a little bit. I haven't had my breakfast yet. Busy this morning. Finally got all my nasty hair chopped off, so That was nice because it's hot here in Florida. Hot, hot. So if I'm going to build this up this way, I'm going to have the stair. All right, yeah, because I've got to have the, I want to cover up some of this seam with the thing jutting out. So we're going to, I want to have a little more over here so I can build it up from the base. So I need to make sure I got enough base here. And then, so the door may end up not being exactly on the opposite side. We'll just see how that works out. But I think this is going to be pretty good. So I'm going to go ahead and hot glue this. Well, I'm going to go ahead and hot glue my fingers first. Ow. Get off. Get off of me. Then I'm going to hot glue this. Hey. All right. Whoa, whoa, whoa. I'm just putting a lot of hot glue on here to make sure things stick well. All right, so that end, we're gonna have plenty of this. So right there, that's good. That'll work. I like it. Okay. So now we're gonna start working the kind of working the stairs in here so I can figure out where those are going to be exactly. So we're going to have a build up here. So I'm going to leave this alone for now. And then if we're going to bring stairs in, I'd like to bring them kind of around where this build up is. So, all right, so let's start carving a little bit of this back. And we'll save those for more build up. Save the little bits. And then we're going to bring the stairs down. Let's see. We'll want them coming, I think, kind of this way until it gets down there. And we want them, there's my mini scaler. Aha! So we'll want them here. So we'll want them about a mini wide, because they should be kind of treacherous steps. So if I came around like that's a little too much in, they would have to go through. All right, so what if I did here? Coming down through here. I mean, they don't have to be curved all the way around, I suppose. No. Let's see. What if I don't want to do this, chat. All right, so I think I'm just going to take the ends of these off. So we'll cut stairs right into the edge here. So that'll be the edge of the stairs. And then they can come along here. We'll lift them up, we'll just lift them up around here. So we'll just kind of make them like that, right? Okay. And then this is going to be, all right, so we'll come around like this. Make sure they stay wide enough. Yep, that'll work. Okay. So we're just going to cut this side off, because this will be kind of the edge of the stairs coming around there. save that for build-up. Made a bit of a mess here, but that's okay. We're gonna get to cutting here. So then we're gonna want to carve these steps out so we know where things are. So I think what I'm gonna do is get a pencil, and we're gonna start just drawing these in so I know where things are. So I think we're gonna start there, and from here we'll lift it up and around. And we want the steps to be big enough so minis can stand on them, so we'll make them pretty wide steps. I mean, because we just kind of have to, right? And they don't have to be perfectly symmetrical because they're just going to have been kind of lifted up out of the rock. So they're going to be pretty rough, which is cool. That's fine. So I think something like that will work. Do I want them that big? Yeah, that'll work. They'll just be steep, deep stairs. We'll go with that. We'll go with that. Don't worry, chat. It'll be fine. Don't worry. I know you're worried about it, chat. All right, so I'm just going to commence to carve in here. So here, I'll see if I can get you in the shot there. So I want to decide about how deep I'm going to make these. So something like, let me just draw this in, like that deep maybe. Because if we do that, then we're going to come here. Yeah, that'll work. So my last step will be here on the edge, and it'll be that tall. I like it. All right, so that's what we'll do. We'll carve that. All right, so I'm just going to carve down these things. So here we go. And this is really rough carving. We'll do some more shaping afterwards, but we really don't need this to be very smooth. I want it to be all rough and jaggedy and nasty. Then we're going to start cutting from the bottom here and kind of start getting some of this stuff out of our way, because it just needs to be out of our way. Be careful of fingers. Always careful of fingers. Come on up. You can do it. Come on out of there. You know you want to. All right. Save these for some rocks. Yuck. Breakfast and art, yay! All right. So our first actual step here. Let's see if we can cut this out. Bit slanted. Actually, it was a lot slanted. A bit slanted would be fine, but a lot slanted, not so much. Boy, I wish they had the equivalent of a cake leveler. That would be super handy right now. All right. So that's, I think, pretty good. So we got that first step carved in. So we just need to do that to the rest of them. Okay. Now we're going to be doing quite a bit of carving after this. Carving and shaping, but we get this rough shape done, then we can make the rest of it pretty. All right. Now, I think I want to carve this down a little bit. Make this first step a little wider, as if it just started, you know, kind of following the mountain around. So let's take that piece out there. There we go. And we want to be careful too about cutting things real thin down here, or we'll have things breaking all the time when we're playing, and that's not cool. So, all right, so we've got our basic staircase there, and we're going to be building up something kind of like this and bringing out a piece there. So I want to go back to my thick foam, and we're going to cut out the piece that goes here. So how do I want to do this? Well, first we just get a block that's about the right size. So I want something maybe about this tall, that goes out about this far. Okay. See how terribly accurate I'm being? So I'm just going to slice this whole chunk off the end here. That's good. So I got something smaller to work with. So that's going to be, all right, yep. And then about, I said that tall. Yeah, that looks about good. All right. Cut across the grain here, so it's a little bit more difficult. All right, so now I've got a nice good chunk to build stuff up with. And we've got the basic shape here of this. So this is going to be kind of glued up against here. So I got to cut out a little bit of this. Or actually, how do I want to do this? Actually, no. All right, so let's draw this out. So what I want this to do is to kind of come out from, I need a sharper pencil. Kind of come out from the top This needs to be squared off a little bit. It's a bit of a mess. That's a bit better. Okay. Ah. All right. Good, good, good. So, I don't, any of you guys who subscribe to our YouTube channel may have noticed that I just was blasting videos up over the past few days. It's because all the end of school year stuff and this time of year in summer and all, you know, all the performances and all that stuff, I'd gotten really behind on uploading videos. So I'm just was trying to get caught up. I've still got quite a few more to do because we record, like, I don't know, something like 10 videos a week, 10 to 12 between all the different streams we're doing. So, and I've been like I was almost 2 months behind, so it was taking a while. So there's a big old chunk of videos coming. Still got quite a few more, but trying to get everything caught up so that we can get a little more back on schedule. So sorry for that, but you know, real life happens sometimes. All right, so we're going to come out here, and I want kind of an arch. So it's going to come off. So if we've got the castle here, it's going to kind of come off as kind of an arch here. Come down this way. I want it to be thick because I want it to be a little bit stable. And then this should be the end of the arch. And then we'll cut across here, I think. Something like that. Yeah. We'll try that and see how it works out. And this will just be rock under there. So we want to get this kind of chopped out first of all. And then I'm just going to cut across here and get rid of this block in the middle, because that'll make the rest of things easier. Because I want to be a little more precise on this arch. So. And I am being really careful with this knife. I'm not using a lot of pressure. And I'm using a lot of sawing motion, and if it gets stuck, I'm not trying to force it. I'm just letting it kind of do the work for me. All right, so we got that big thing out of the middle. Okay, it's a little rough on that side, but we know it. We can clean that up. Don't worry, chat. Don't worry, chat. Chat, you worry too much. Hey, Fairy Bard, how are you doing today? You got any mini painting going on? All right, actually, I'm going to get out my X-Acto for this. I'm doing okay. We've got a nasty little cold flying through the house, and most people have gotten it and gotten over it, but I am kind of the last person in there. Ah, shelves for the paints, cool. My paints have to be portable, so I've ordered some. It's supposed to be coming today. I ordered a nice little case made for these paints, so I'm hoping that works out well. So how is things in Texas? Because down here it's freaking hot. Hot and humid. Well, you sure you're not living next door to me? Because that's pretty much all I got going on here. Down in the 80s. We actually had rain yesterday too. Are you sure you're not living next door to me? What's going on? But yeah, I'm feeling a little cruddy today, but hopefully it's, you know what? It's not going to stop me from hanging out with my friends. Because I actually look forward to this all week. Coming and hanging out with you guys. Hey, Sid. Yeah, I was just telling Fairy Bard that we got a bit to the cruds. That's just before you talk. As if I see someone in a green shirt waving next door. All right, Fairy Bard. I'm looking. Actually, I'm gonna put a window probably right around here in the tower, so you can just wave through there. We'll let you test out the wizard tower. Oh yeah, yeah. It's had the cruds, but I'm not gonna, unless I've got some nasty horrible flu that's got me bedridden. I'm not gonna skip hanging out with my friends. It's just too much fun. Plus wizard tower, so I mean, how could you skip that, right? I mean, when you're gonna make a wizard tower out of a Pringles can, that's just too much fun. Oh, thanks. Yeah, we're gonna do quite a bit of more carving in there. I'm just trying to get it roughed out, but we're gonna have them, I'm gonna lift them up out of here and have them kind of come around to a door that's up a little further, so we're going to get some more stuff going up. Yeah, I mean, that's what Pringles cans were made for, right? So we could build wizards towers out of them. That's their purpose. I mean, the fact that they have Pringles in them is just a side bonus, right? All right, so Fairy Bard, are you and Rain Over Pebbles connected somehow? I'm gonna assume you are. I mean, I know you're at least friends because y'all hang out together, but I'm gonna guess you're. Well, so there you go. So you are friends, right? Friends first. That's always a good way to start them. And if you're both super nerds like me and my wife, then you get along real well, and you do the same stuff, and that's always a good relationship. Met in college, so did my wife and I. And kind of a funny story, well, funny for me anyway. When we first met, for about the first month she knew me, she could not stand me. I was a jerk. I was a pompous, self-involved butthead. Fortunately, she kind of cured me of that in the long run. All right, so that's gonna be kind of the arch, so I just got to get the bottom fixed so we can get it all glued in there. And then we'll have a build a little lookout towery thing. Riding the bus to school, that's awesome. College is really good for meeting girlfriends and boyfriends and stuff. Seems to be what I got the most out of college. That was my big win, is finding my wife. Otherwise, I was a complete mess. But what are you gonna do, right? I mean, how could you expect anything less from a guy like me? But it's fun, have to say. All right, so I'm thinking, oh, and excuse me while I'm still drinking my coffee so I can make sure my English speakings are not horrible today. Oh yeah, I had much better time in college than high school. I'm also still trying to eat my breakfast, so excuse me while I eat. I'll try not to be too gross about it. I have to show off some new toys. So I just got these this week, and I've got something else coming today, but I finally broke down and got me some Red Sable paintbrushes. Got 3 number 2s, because that's 90% of the time I'm using number 2s. He said number 2. But these are the first actual, because I always get the gold Taklon cheapy things. So I'm really trying to read up on how to treat these brushes right, because I've never had the hair Red Sable ones. I've read that you can just kind of wash them with, I mean, I know there's special brush soap that I can get, but I've heard that you can just kind of, no, I don't have actual brush soap. I'm probably gonna, why is this thing so, hold on a second, my face keeps going out of kilter there. Okay, so, no, I don't have moths. That's not a, well, I mean, every once in a while we get one outside, but they've got this nice little case. So they've all got their little plastic helmets on. And they've got this nice little case that I can keep them in, so that, you know, they just stay in there and they won't get dusty and dirty. And so nice. Safety in helmets. I know, right? So I'm trying to be careful with them. I've used them once so far. Used one of them once. And I've heard that you can kind of just wash them in gentle soap and even use some conditioner, like regular hair conditioner, because they are hair. I really like these, because the Taklon ones, they, after a couple of times, they just curl over. The ends curl over. They got into your feathers. Jeez. Sounds like you need some mothballs, Fairy Bard. So these are nice because they're keeping their point pretty well. They're not splaying out like the gold Taklons do pretty quickly. They're snapping back. They're carrying paint real good. And if I can keep myself... if I can keep myself from dipping them in the paint too far and getting it in the ferrule, you know, that the silver part, keep the paint out of there, then I think I may be able to keep these for a while. But I got 3 of these, so these aren't Winsor & Newton Series 17 quality brushes. I'll work my way up to those. But I figure for my first set, I got 3 of these number 2s for 20 bucks. And that would be a good start for me. My good next step from the Taklon. But then I also got this. This has saved me. I got me some sexy specs. Woohoo! So I can actually see what the heck I'm painting now. And these are really nice because they've got, you can just flip them up, but they're small. Instead of, because I was looking at the full face mask, you know, like the welding helmets. But these are nice because I can look at my mini and still look down and grab paint and see other stuff outside of the vision of these. Also, it has a nice bright, I'm gonna try not to shine this in your eyes, but a nice, very bright, very white LED on it. So, and they're not too heavy. So they're nice and adjustable. And yeah, and they've worked really well. So I didn't know that was all I needed to fix my big issue. And I put these things on, and yeah, and they were like 16 bucks on Amazon, those. And they've got like 5 different, they've got a nice little case where these things will actually just come out. So it's got like 5 different these that from like 1x to this is 3.5x. I mean, I put the massive magnification on there, but you can just pop those out and change the magnification, and they come in a nice little plastic case where they slip in. And then these, it also has it's got a nice cushiony headrest, and then these things will pop out, and you can replace this with a band that goes around. So you can either do it like glasses, like these, or you can put a band on all the way around, I guess if you're hunched over all the time and constantly looking down. But I'm actually looking more forward with these. So I thought these were really good for 16 bucks, and they're good quality, and you can adjust them all kinds of ways. They fold up nice. So I put a mini in front of that, one of the minis I was painting, and it was amazing. I looked at it and said, oh my God, what 3-year-old got hold of this mini? And started painting it. I couldn't believe it. And I could see so much stuff that was on the minis. I had no idea what the detail was on those things. It blew my mind. Anyway, new toys. New toys, new fun. Alright, so I think my best bet here to get this all lined up. Yeah, new toys. Love new toys. I think I'm just going to cut away the stuff I've got on here, so this will just kind of slip in there, and then we'll carve it to match. How's that sound? The Opti visors. Still not sure if it's better. I don't know. I haven't actually ever worn the welding helmets, but it just looked like, and they're about the same price, so it wasn't really a price thing. It just looked like these might be a better option for me because I'm already used to wearing glasses, so it seemed like it wouldn't be that big of a stretch and it wouldn't be uncomfortable for me. So I figured I'd give these a shot, and I'm quite pleasantly surprised at how nice they are. So anyway, if anybody's looking for new sexy specs, those are good ones. Tinkertone goggles. I still, though, when I was hunting, actually it was Tinker Tuesday while I was shopping for them. I was going back and forth, and I found those the mag goggles that were oh crap, I can't think of the word. My coffee is not helping my English speakings today. Can you take care of that? We got 4 doggies here, and one of them's a 2-year-old puppy, and he just decided that it was time to mark my space over there. No. Little French bulldog. He's cute, but he's stubborn. Yeah, I mean, it happens. You know, what are you gonna do? You can get upset about it and lose your crap, or you can just say, hey, you know what? It happens. So I'm just gonna say I used to lose my crap over it, but over stuff like that. Now it's, it happens. But we've got 4 doggies this week because July 4th weekend, everybody's leaving, and that's, you know, a lot of business. So you
just missed the wire.
Yeah, I know. He's trying to mark one of my camera wires. Little bugger. Yeah, I mean, what are you going to do? If you want to have animal friends, you got to put up with animal stuff. Hurts your feelings. Pretty sure that's not what he's trying to do. Although, what do I know? I don't have a bird. Maybe they think it's hilarious. Kind of wishing I had glued this on, made this thing before I glued on all these other rocks. But this little thing hanging out here was kind of an afterthought. I wasn't sure if or how I was going to do it. So, you know, had I known, I probably would have done this differently. But you just fix it and move on. So what kind of cool stuff is going on out there in Chatland? What fun things? Which brand? See if I can show you. Yakto-sun. Yakto. Can you see? Oh, wrong camera, dum-dum. There you go. That. All right. It's always good to have a car that works. We've got, my wife's car is her battery light. We just got the alternator, the battery, and the CPU replaced in her car because she was having problems. And now that's all done. The battery light keeps coming on and off. Ooh, front wheel bearings. That's no fun. But the problem is they can't really test it unless the light's on. So since it only comes on and off occasionally, we have to wait until it comes on and then run over to the mechanic and say, it's on, so that they can test it and find out what's wrong. The good news is the mechanic, the one that owns the place, they are one of our best customers, and we actually have their dogs right now. But he's our mechanic, so he does a lot of cool stuff for us. It's nice to have a friend that's a mechanic, because especially when I know nothing about cars. Oh, come on, fit in there. Get in there. Get in there. Alrighty. Oh. Are we there yet? Are we there yet? Almost. Getting close. Getting close. Getting close. Don't worry, Chad. I'll get this. That's good to find a mechanic that you trust, because honestly, I wouldn't know if they were feeding me a line, because I don't really know much about cars. I mean, I can change oil and I can get the blinkers to work, but me and cars aren't a thing. So it's good to have someone you can trust, especially if you're like me. Oh, here we go. Wizard Tower. All right, that's fitting much better. So I want to cut a little bit of a curve into this. I don't want too much, but I want just a little bit of a curve so it fits a little better. So let's see if we can just shave a little of this out of here. See if that'll work. I mean, it doesn't have to be drastic, but I would like the edges to kind of meet in a little bit. Lego. So just a little carve in here. And let's not slice my thumb. That would be awesome. Thanks. See, I'm just putting a real shallow curve in there. And I'm trying to do it just a little bit at a time because I can always take more off. Putting it back is a lot more difficult. Also, I don't want the edges to be too fragile. I don't want this thing breaking. There. So that's better enough, I think, because we can always fix that up with I mean, we can always fill gaps. So the one who does it fairly regularly, right? All right. So I think that's looking decent. I mean, we're going to carve all this to look like rocks and stuff, so it's not going to be a big square thing, but I think it's fitting okay. So let me put my blades away before I carve my fingers up. Oh, thanks for the host, Nightheart Gaming. I appreciate that. And any of you guys who don't know Nightheart Gaming, you should go check them out. They do lots of D&D, and Sid, who's on here right now, does on Tuesday nights at 8 o'clock Eastern, 7 Central, does Tinker Tuesday, where she does a lot of this kind of stuff and mini painting, and she's a far superior mini painter to me. And I think that's what her primary thing going on right now is mini painting. She's got a few in the works that I know of. But you guys need to check out Nightheart Gaming, because they're really fun peeps.
All right.
Master of the TP. Well, you know, you got to be good at something. I've just been gifted with an affinity for toilet paper. I'm not sure if that's something I should be proud of. But whatever, you know. Everybody does their thing, right? Okay, well, that's not coming off, so I guess we're going to be happy with that. Hooray! Okay, so now I'm going to want some more breakfast is what I'm going to want. Chick-fil-A! Yay! So we're going to make all of this kind of the same brick facing as this, but then it's going to come down into kind of growing out of rocks. So I want to put some more of these things up to kind of make it look like rocks are growing out. So let's see what we can do here. We're just going to smash some of these things up here, and we'll carve them later. That's a perfect piece right there. Well, I mean, I'm certainly, I mean, I guess I'm proud that I do that. It's something that people seem to like watching me do, so that's good. It's made me lots of friends over the years, so that's even better. I guess it's a fairly uncommon thing to do, so it's something that I can put out there that people like to watch, I suppose. So, you know, in that regard, yeah, it's been really good, because it's let me meet new people and have new friends, and that's always good. Careful with the fingers! Also, hot glue. Yeah, so we'll put that on there. the advantages to using hot glue over white glue. The advantage is it dries a lot faster. White glue takes forever to dry on a foam joint. So long term, there's no advantages. While you're building, though, see, I can go ahead and start carving this in like 30 seconds, but with white glue, I'd have to put all this together and wait probably overnight before I could really start carving on it. So you just have to be careful and not put the tip of the hot glue gun on the foam. Well, I mean, unless you want that look. I mean, it will burn it. So if that's what you're going for, knock yourself out. But really, it's primarily just dry time is the big advantage. Now, the disadvantage is having it spew out and stick to your finger and burn your fingerprints off. Owie. Let's see, I need something taller than that. Alright, so I think I'm getting to cutting some of this stuff. No, not that. Molten lava fingers, you got that right. Because this is a high temp glue gun. See, the one thing I've learned, I used to have a low temp glue gun, but I got this high temp glue gun because when you're doing stuff like this, the low temp glue gun doesn't give you near enough time to actually set it in place and get it where you want it before it starts drying, and then it won't stick. So you really have to use a high temp glue gun with this stuff because you need a little bit of working time. The low temps glue almost instantly, and that just wasn't going to cut it. All right, so let's see here. Let's cut us maybe a piece like this. How's that? How's that, chat? Is that good? Does that look like a good piece? Because you know exactly what I'm thinking, so just tell me if that's a good piece or not. Right? Here. Ow. I really should probably eat my breakfast before lunchtime. Is that a thing? Should I do that? Of course, there's nothing wrong with breakfast for lunch, is there? I mean, white glue is fine. Well, no. I mean, if you stick the high... Look. Yes, it'll melt it, but I have to put it right on there and leave it there for a while. So I got maybe a fraction of a 1/16 of an inch melted in there, but just squirting the stuff on there doesn't melt it. I can get close. As long as I don't stick it on there and leave it in one place, it's not going to melt it. It's not as hot as a wire cutter. The actual glue may melt a little bit, so, but it's not enough to cause any issues. And honestly, the glue is going to fill in any gaps that it leaves, because when you press it in, it kind of spurts out everywhere like that. So, and there's nothing wrong with white glue. It's just that when you're going to have to wait quite a while for it to dry, because on the foam, when you've got foam joints like this, not a lot of air gets in there, so it takes a long time for white glue to dry real well on foam joints. If you're gluing like wood to foam, that's not as big a deal. But how do I manage the tendrils? Well, the high temp ones aren't, for me, I've not had near as much problem with the spider webs with the high temp as I used to have with the low temp, because it melts it. The high temp is basically liquid when it comes out. So I just try to curly cue it when I'm pulling it off, and I don't get a lot of tendrils. I mean, I'll get some, but it's not a horrible thing, and they just, once they dry, you just pull them right off. I mean, the low temp glue gun used to give me tons of problems with that. 3 of the many low temp ones. Monty, don't you eat my cables, boy. Yeah, that's what I had, a mini low temp one. And they're handy, and they're good for things like gluing small wood and stuff together, or other bits. But something like this, where you're gluing lots of pieces together and you need some time to work. This one, Ad Tech, works a treat. I just picked it up at either Michael's or Joanne Fabric. And it works just fine. All right, so we've got a basic structure there. We'll carve into that. So now we want to work on the rest of the steps here. So what I want to do is, I mean, I could just use this, honestly. Let's see, do I have enough of this? I could either continue with stone steps around here, kind of lift stone steps out of this around to a door, or I could just have the stone in here and kind of lift wood, build a wood staircase the rest of the way. What do you think, chat? Should I make it a stone staircase all the way up, or half stone and then lift wood stairs out from here? Which way do we want to go, chat? Because I'm down for whatever. You pick, chat. It's your wizard tower. Stone all the way? Thank you, Rain Over Pebbles. I appreciate that. I always like to do good in the universe. And thanks for coming in and hanging out and having a chat. That's my favorite part of doing this streaming stuff, is hanging out with friends and meeting new peoples and just being nerdy with the rest of the nerds in the world. That's a good thing. Maybe well, who isn't a big Pringles fan? Why does my camera, do I keep moving, or does my camera just, oh, it's loose. Hold on. Don't get sick, chat. There. Might also Pringles and Wizards. I mean, what could possibly be bad about that, right? All right, where do I want to do this? So if I go around, right, nothing's bad about that. Pringles and Wizards, yeah. We're making that. Pringles the Pyromancer. I love it. All right, so totally do that. Do. Ooh, he said do. All right, how do I want to do this? How high is it going to have to be? I mean, I don't have to go nuts. So, how many stairs can I put on this thing? So I can do about like that. And that would have to come around, starting from here, and go let's see, if we brought this kind of this way and made a big curve at the end so that it goes in, and we could just leave it flat on there. I mean, we'll have to curve it around the Pringles can a little bit, but all right, so we stick this here and we finish up, and I can get 3 more steps up here So I'll have to carve some more of this away, but that's cool. That's all right. All right, so let's carve this out and see where we're at here. Right? How do we? All right. Yeah, let's just do that. It'll be fine, chat. It'll be fine. All right, so what I'm going to do, let's just take the lower stuff out here and get it out of the way so I can see what's going on. And we'll just keep cutting stuff away until we find stairs in this piece of foam. Because that's just how you do it. That's cool, Sid. You do your paint, girl. You do you. I've got a lot of painting I got to do. I got more minis coming next week for our new campaign. And I've still got... I got probably about 20 new minis coming. And I've got 10 in this drawer over here that I got to paint. And I'm not a good mini painter. It takes me forever to do those things, so I get it. Oh no, Mrs. Noob is leaving. I think she was going to go shopping while I'm over here playing with my friends. You need to paint minis, Fairy Bard. And you're sitting here chatting with me. I feel special. I feel loved and needed and wanted. Thank you. Go. Come back. Gotta clean up my art room. Ah, so you're procrastinating. I know how that goes. I get that. Yeah, mine's like a... I'll work on it for about 15 minutes and then I'm like, meh. I need to go do something else. Gotta play some video games or something, right? And then I find reasons to procrastinate. And then my wife says, when are you going to get this cleaned up? And then I say, never. Yep, master procrastinator. It's an art form. Let's see, so if I... Alright, so I've got to take this stuff kind of out of here a little bit, maybe. I could, ooh, hey. Alright, chat. Here's what we're going to do. We're just going to set this in a little bit. And it'll still look like these things were kind of magicked out of the rocks. That's how we're gonna do this. That's how it's gonna work. I got this, chat. Don't worry, I got this. And then right about here is where we're gonna have to put the door. So this is gonna get cut out. I gotta get some stuff out of the way here. And that's gonna get cut out. So let me see if I can just get a little of this out of the way to start with. So I have some room to work here. Or not. Come out, phone. There you go. So yeah, that works. That works. It works, chat. Got this, chat. Got this, don't worry. Still working on my breakfast. Chick-fil-A mini sandwiches. Ugh. Excuse me while I eat. Pringles Wizard shall bask in its glory. He will. What school of magic is he going to use? Like salt and vinegar or original barbecue? What kind of Pringles Wizard is he? I mean, he's got to be something, right? These dollar store knives aren't the best, but you know what? It's cool.
Do you have Monty?
Yeah, he's right here. What you doing staring at my minis, dude? You can't eat them. French Bulldog. 2 years old. Little weirdo. But he's cool. He's very goofy. Let's see, I've got to cut all of this out. Gotta make sure I do this right and don't cut out more than I should. Which is usually a thing I do. Original with occasional Italian says into the realm of the occasionally very tasty cheddar cheese invocations. I would agree. Alright, so this is, it's getting there. Starting to get this cut out. We can do this, chat. We have the will, we have the knives. We can build this. I also have hot glue joints that are really not the best. Diplomatic. Yes, he can be. Yes, that is true. He's got all the natural salt. Boy, you don't want to make him mad. Let's see. This is going to be kind of fun to carve out here. This may be a case of just pulling things out. The one good thing about this foam is you can just kind of smoosh it out of there where you need to. I love this foam. This stuff is so fun. When you learn to work with it, it's great. Better than clay because it's way lighter. Okay. Now we're getting somewhere. Hey, let's not stick my hand on the end of my hot glue gun. That would be less than fun. Ooh. Well, I cut that too far. But you know what, chat? It's fine. It's fine. Don't even worry about it. Because we'll just cover it up with other stuff. That's how we roll. Alright, so this got to get cut back. Hot glue, yuck. I wish the stupid end would quit coming off of this. It's driving me crazy. But I guess that's what I get for buying dollar store knives, right? But who cares? It's entertaining. Alright, let's get this stuff out of here. All that's got to come out. This is a very awkward cutting angle. Entertainment, yeah. I mean, what good would a show be without entertainment, right? You guys don't want to just sit here and watch me build things. You want to watch me screw things up. That's when it gets fun. Actually, that is kind of fun, because then you have to figure out how to fix it, and that's the fun challenge. Alright. We're getting there. Here we go. Wow, I'm making a huge mess. Mission accomplished. All right. All right. Oi. Get this crap out of here. Yeah, this would have been much easier if I'd put these stairs on before I started gluing all this other crap in, but hey, you know what? You know what, chat? You live and learn, right? You just live and learn. That's okay. That's right, the Pringles Tower. Built, raised from the living rock through adversity. And some smushing. And Pringles. That's right. Adversity and Pringles. The very bedrock foundation of a good wizard's tower. Alright, you gotta come out of there. Come out of there. I said come out of there. Pringles necromancy. It's a good thing I got fingernails, because otherwise this would be a nightmare. I used to bite my nails. Fortunately, I stopped many, many years ago. And let me tell you, it's helping right now. So if you want to be a good terrain builder, make your life easier, stop biting your nails. Alright, so now, carve this out a bit. Stupid dollar store knives. Hate your face. Stay. I forgot what I was doing. What was I doing? Oh, carving. Alright, so you are going to come out about there. Okay. Coolio. Don't worry, we'll get this, chat. We'll get it. That's going to be a trick. All right, I'll see if I can do this without screwing everything up. We're getting there. We're getting there, chat. I know this has been quite the exercise, but it's going to be worth it. I promise. I promise. You know what I realized? There's no toilet paper on this thing. How can I build something without toilet paper? That's not right. All right, look. Now it's time to get some tools in here. I'm just using one of my clay carving tools to pry this stuff out, which isn't the best use of a clay carving tool, but you know, you do what you got to do with what you got, right? I know, right? How would the Pringles wizard go to the bathroom if I don't put toilet paper on the wizard tower? I will have to find some use for toilet paper on this wizard tower. Challenge accepted, chat. All right. Here we go. Stairs. Slide in there. Come on. Come on. You can do it. You can do it. You'll fit. You'll fit. You'll... Look what we did, chat. Look what we did. I did the thing. Look, Ma, I did the thing. All right, so now we're going to make a doorway here, or space for a doorway. So this is all going to get cut out. Whoops. That was a little much. It's cool, chat. We'll fix it. Don't worry. Don't worry. I know what I'm doing. All right. I got a pretty cool pile of rubble going on over here. Oi. What you eating, dopey? What you doing? You want to come say hi to people? Yeah? You do? Come here. It'd be easier if you come around the other way, but, you know, you do you, I guess. Good. Alright, well, 2 years old, he got interested in something else. He's got the attention span of a 2-year-old, because he's a 2-year-old. I mean, what are you going to do? I guess he didn't want to say hi to you guys, so, you know, whatever. Alright. What's he doing? Oh. Bulldogs are so funny looking. Little underbites. Yep. Doggies are gonna dog. That's just what they do. Alright, so now we're going to cut away a little bit of this inside of this thing. This little curve, and we'll start carving that into fitting better. I think we're almost there with this part, chat. Alright. The other good thing about foam is if it doesn't want to Pringles tingles, right? If it doesn't want to fit, you can just smash it in there. And boy, that feels good. When a piece doesn't want to fit and you get frustrated and go, get in there! And you just get to manhandle it. Take your frustrations out on a stupid piece of foam. Just smash it right into place. There. How's that going, chat? That looks like steps, right? I'll put a little door right here. Don't worry, this will look better. We'll clean that up. Don't worry, chat. Don't worry. God, chat, you worry too much. Come on now. Just trust me, chat. I got this. We're going to do this, chat. We'll do it together. Teamwork makes the dream work. Come on, chat. We can do this. We're just going to call that good enough and glue that sucker in there. Right? Because that's how we roll. Enough planning. Get to doing. Ow, ow. Hot. But that won't stop me. Never, never stop me. There. Well, I hope we like it because it's stuck there now. I like it. It's good, chat. Never give up, never surrender. That is my all-time favorite movie. It is the only DVD that I ever pre-ordered because when my wife and I went to see that in the theater, we were rolling. And it has a quote for every situation in life. Still trying to get my nutrients. Need a little coffee for the English speakings. Cold coffee. Woo! My favorite. It's almost as good as warm beer. Blech. All right. Yeah, yum yum. I mean, some people actually like the cold coffee stuff. You know, they buy it that way, but no, not me. To me, that's just not how. By Grabthar's hammer. I shall avenge you. Cold coffee. I mean, if coffee was meant to be cold, you wouldn't have to brew it. Yeah, room temperature coffee. You know what? My argument has become invalid because you brew tea as well, and no self-respecting Southerner doesn't drink iced tea. Well, I just blew a hole in my own argument. Now I feel sad. Now I guess I'll have to like cold coffee. No, I won't. Nope, never gonna happen. I'm just not gonna do it, chat. I refuse. All right, so we'll do some carving. We'll fix that up. Where else do I need stuffs? All right, so we've got the stairs going up. All right, Mr. Stair, you're coming out there and looking a little foolish. So we're just going to chop you off the edge there, buddy. All right. So I think I like this coming up. I think I want some. Uh-oh, Ding Dong is barking. I almost kind of want something coming up here, maybe, and looking like it's maybe, I don't know. Do I want that? Do I want that, chat? Do I want more stone coming up here, or should I just leave it like this and just have the archway going? I don't know. I'm not real happy with how thin this is. This is not looking cool. Let's redo that. That piece wasn't big enough for this area. It's not good, chat. I'm just gonna redo it. It's alright, chat. Look. Chat. Honestly. It'll be cool. Right? Yeah. I do need to do that arch carving. But I know for a fact that this wasn't right. So we're gonna fix that up. Monty, my goodness. We've got this we've got one of those auto waterers where you've got it's like a water tank for dogs, and it's just got the dog bowl out, and so when they drink and it gets low, it bubbles up and, you know, bloop bloop bloop. He did that. He came out the first time he came over here. He drank that thing. That scared the crap out of him. So now when he comes over, he sits and barks at it. I think it's funny. He's gonna get that water bowl. He's gonna teach it who's boss. See, I need some good thick pieces up here that I can carve into. Well, we're just gonna, all right. It is hilarious. We have a lot of fun dogs that come over and we watch. Got another one that right now that's she's a Yorkie, and she's like 11 years old. So she's like an old lady, right? And she will, if she wants something, she'll growl at you a little bit, and if you don't do what she wants, usually it's like climbing up in your lap or something, she'll start going into these full body barking sessions. Like, she doesn't just bark, she puts her whole body into it. Her whole body goes, "Woo!" And it's funny because, you know, she only weighs like 10 pounds. But it's like, you know, this 10-pound dog is putting out a 50-pound bark because she's throwing everything she's got into it. It's pretty funny. And then we've got the twins, Mickey and Moose. They're Chihuahuas. They're here. Chihuahuing. Moose was the runt of the litter, so he's literally about 5 pounds. And his brother, Mickey, is about twice his size. Actually, maybe a little more than twice his size. Yeah, spins in a... I mean, dogs are nuts, but they're fun. Most of the time. Some dogs are just out of control, but we've had a couple of those. But most of the time, they're pretty good. Let's see. So I'm just trying to get some extra material here that I can carve. We'll make it look better later. All right, so I'm going to put this actually here. You got away with the ladies, huh? Oh, there he goes. Well, you know, a lot of dogs don't like rain. See what I did there? You see what I did there? Thanks for coming and hanging out, guys. This is fun. I'm having fun. You guys are fun. I'm also making a mess, but, you know. What's a little mess amongst friends, right? Okay. So now I think we're at the... Boy, that just looks like a big old mess right now. My face is fun. Can be. That's what she said? No. I didn't say that, chat. I didn't say that at all. That was gross. I apologize. All right, here we go. Cut this little blob of glue out here. I made a mess. All right, so everybody tell me what their favorite nerd show is, their favorite nerd TV show. What's a series that I haven't watched yet that I need to watch? That's on, that I can find on Netflix or Hulu. Good Place. We just finished watching season 2 of that. It's awesome. Umbrella Academy. Started watching that. So far, I haven't been able to get into it, but I was going to give it a little more chance. I always at least get to the second episode because pilots are not a good indicator a lot of times of how good a show can be. I know this. So I'll at least give it 2 episodes to try to grab me. Sometimes 3 if I'm hoping against hope. Good Omens. You know what? I started watching that. I got about, now maybe it was because I was really tired. I got, and David Tennant is one of my favorite actors. I'll watch anything he's in. I mean, he's awesome. We got to meet him a couple years ago, and he's a really cool guy. And I love him as an actor. He's my favorite Doctor. But I got about halfway through that show, and it just wasn't grabbing me. So I actually fell asleep halfway through. Maybe I was just too tired to get interested in it. So I'm going to give it some more chance because... Oh, David Tennant's the best. Yeah, it is witty, and also it's that British type of humor, and they have a much different pacing to their humor than Americans are used to. So that was something that was hard for me to get used to, you know, with Monty Python and Doctor Who and stuff like that. They just have a much different pacing to their stuff. Watch David Tennant read a phone book, yeah. That would be a thing. Did you guys see the Wired interview with David Tennant and the other guy from Good Omens? They sat down and answered the Google questions. If you haven't, you should watch that video. It's pretty good. Yeah, just Google up Wired David Tennant. You should be able to find it pretty easy. There's a lot of those Wired videos that for different people, where they answer the Google questions. They, you know, the most asked Google questions. They'll put like why is David Tennant, and then cover up the rest of the answer, and he has to pull that off and then find out what it is. And they have this whole list, like the top why is David Tennant, or where is David Tennant, or did David Tennant. It's kind of fun. Yeah. All right. Well, so I'm going to go ahead and draw in where I want the bricks on this thing, and then commence to carving. So we're going to have an arch kind of here. So we need the archway bricks. And then we'll put stonework on the rest of it, most of the rest of it. David Tennant. Boy, if I could get him to come be the Pringles wizard, well, I'd be rich and famous and stuff. But that would be awesome. But David, I have to say, meeting him, he is a really nice guy. He's very down to earth, and he's very appreciative of his fans, and will do things that even he's not supposed to do to try to make his fans feel good and accommodate his fans. He's just a super cool guy. I really liked him. Whoa. Come on, foam grain. Don't fight with me. So, if I was smart at all, I would actually cut these grooves with a knife first and then widen them with a pencil, because it keeps you from, the pencil is going to sometimes kind of follow the grain. So if you're trying to do straight lines with something like this, don't just do it with a pencil first. Get a knife, cut the straight lines, and then widen those lines with a pencil. But because I'm doing rough stone, I'm not really terribly concerned about that. And I actually like the fact that it's kind of rough and stuff. David Tennant in wizard's robes. He stares at the camera interestedly, pulls out a can of Pringles from his robes, and eats one slowly. He then pulls out a phone book, reads from it in a hasty manner, waves his hands, and a Pringles reappears in the can. Boom! All right. I'm all over that. Coming to Netflix, fall 2019. It's just, but listen, if we're going to give that to Netflix, we have to do the frickin' preview, because their previews are garbage. They have the worst previews for a lot of their shows. Well, that would help too. Especially the autoplay previews. That annoys the crap out of me on my Xbox. It's like, hey, if I want to play a preview, I'll play the bloody thing. It's not your job to tell me how I'm going to use my stuff, Microsoft. Oh, sorry. I let a little bit of my personal views show through there. All right, so now we've got that kind of carved in, and we're going to put some brickwork in here. Don't worry, chat. Just looks like stripes now, but it'll get better. Don't worry, chat. It's cool. I've done this before. It's not my first time. I'll show you. I'll prove it to you. It's okay, chat. So, what other cool shows? All right, first of all, I have to ask, are there any Firefly fans besides me on this chat right now? Oh yeah, okay, so brown coats galore. All right. Wild about Saffron. She is something. Well, thanks for coming by, guys, and hanging out. I really appreciate it. I had fun. I hope you come back and hang out. I mean, you know I'm there mostly on Tuesdays, so. But thanks for being here. And thanks for the follow, Pebbles. Appreciate that. Yeah, man, you too. And I'll see you around, hanging around somewhere. One of the channels. Let's see, we're just going to bring this down in here, I think. I think that's how I'm going to work this. All right. Now we can do, that's coming off. Is that loose? No. So just drawing bricks in here. This will take a while. I know it's not the most fun to watch, but you know what? Just seeing things come together. Maybe that's fun for you. It's fun for me. I like that. Okay, this one needs to go here. Now see, I'm not, again, if you were wanting to make this like good bricks or smooth bricks, you would cut these with a knife first. Because see, what I'm getting here is some pilling and stuff, especially when I'm going against the grain. But that's okay, because I like that in this case. I want that kind of nasty, gnarled, rough stone look. So that's actually a good thing here. But just know that that's something you got to keep in mind. Oh boy. I think we're making some decent progress on this. I'm kind of liking the way this is turning out, honestly. All right, so now we've got this. We'll deal with the top later. I'm not going to worry about that at the moment. So we've got this kind of brick pillar, and we'll carve some rock around this. That's kind of so it kind of looks like it's growing out of the rock. It was just raised out of the rock, like the rest of this. So that's good. Yeah. Yeah, I'm liking it. I'm liking it, chat. I don't know, what do you think? I think that'll work pretty well. We've got some nice steps on this side. We'll put a door there. We get some windows. We gotta figure out. I'm not sure exactly how I want to do the roof yet, but we'll figure that out. And then we're gonna have a little. We'll make a little round, like observation, tiny little thing here. I don't know if it's gonna be like a patio or more of a tower or what, but we'll do that. All right, so I don't even know what time it is. What time it is? So we're just going to start shaping the bottom a bit now that I've got the basics kind of planned out here. Just going to get rid of some of this excess stuff. Round this off a little. Yeah. Lego. All right. So we're just trying to get rough shapes here. So I think that's a good rough shape for the base. It's got nice stability. And it's just all going to be carved rock down here. Like this stuff, but all the way down. So, so now I got to figure out how I want to do a door here. I think what I'll do is just carve one into some foam. So we'll just cut off a little block of foam there and just carve a door out of it. How about that, chat? Does that sound good? Does that sound like a winner? Is it big enough? That is in fact big enough. Might actually be a little too big. Let's see. So we're just going to slice off a bit of this. All right, we'll shape it up a bit. Just got to get it to fit. Okay, so that's going to fit. Then, I think actually maybe I want to do it this away. Yeah. All right, so then I think I'm going to do, well, I'm going to make it like an arch door, and I'm going to make the, I'm going to make it kind of like this, but smaller. And then I'll probably put a wood slab in there, but I got to carve out the stone first. And so what I'm going to do, so that this doesn't become horribly unstable, is I'm going to carve, I'm going to draw out the arch first. See, I need some scale here. That is not a big enough door. Let's try that again, chat. Yeah, I can't go tall enough for that, so let's do this then. Yeah, that'll be tall enough. Try again, try again, try again. So we're just going to cut a slab of this off. We are going to make it fit. Arch door may not be a thing I can do. We'll have to see here because I've got limited space. So yeah, so it's going to be a very narrow door, but that's okay. It's fine. So we're just going to draw the door jamb in here. So that's the shape I want the door. And then what I'm going to do, cool, I'm glad you're liking this. Yeah, I would love to see a whole wizard town of towers. That would be awesome. So I'm actually going to just cut a bit out of this, but not all the way through it, because that'll leave me something to glue in the middle, and I can just set a wood slab in there.
Chris.
Yo.
Get someone at the end. They're going to have to hold the dog bone.
Diane's coming. Mrs. Noob is back from wherever she went.
Come on, Mom. Good. Go. Just go, Mom. I got him. What? I got him. Go. Can you go back away from the door?
All right, let go of this stupid thing.
We have groceries.
All right, so what I'm going to do, and I got to be careful with this because it's going to break easy, but I'm just going to dig out a little bit here so that I've got a foundation for a wood slab, but I can just glue this in. I'm using a really sharp knife to kind of get this out of here, and this is a bit tricky, but we'll do it. Don't you worry, chat. Don't you worry, chat. It's all gonna be okay. We'll just take it out a little bit at a time, and it'll take a while, but it'll be good. I hope. Oh, that's getting a little deep there. All right, here we go. Come on out, don't give me a problem, last little piece. Barge right in, it's a town of miscreants in Faerun. Which of the coast heads for that town is in... No, I haven't. Sounds fun though. Maybe we'll get lucky and go on our campaign. Alright, so now I'm going to just draw the stones in here. Now these I'm going to cut and then widen with the pencil, because otherwise I'll just rip this thing apart because it's so small.
Why are you bringing her down? I told her to take all the initiative.
Okay. So now, I'm just trying to widen these out a little bit with the... I know this is going to be hard to see while I'm doing this because it's so tiny, but I'll show you. Don't worry, chat. Don't worry, chat. Just stick with me. I'll show you. This is much easier to get through this foam if you cut it first and then use the pencil to just widen it out. But this door frame is going to be pretty fragile just because it's got these thin little bits of foam here that can tear off real easy. So we're going to have to do some stuff to reinforce this. One of the things we're probably going to do is put a special coating on it with paint and glue and silicone caulk to help keep it from well, just to make it a little more resistant to breaking as easily. So now I'm just getting around the edges for the stones. All right, so there's our little doorway. Still smell like Pringles? No, actually this Pringles can had been sitting out in my garage. I've got a big box of Pringles cans and other kinds of cans for... It's been sitting out there for quite a while, so... Alright, so we're just going to glue this in here. And then later on we can get a wood door slab to put in it. But for right now...
By the way,
yo,
I just went and got barbecue while you didn't even know.
We have barbecue for lunch.
I didn't get ribs, I just got the pulled pork. Is that okay?
Yes, that's okay. It's this little barbecue place that, you know, like, not like a
shack. Well, not a shack. What do they call it? Like a food truck.
Yeah, like a food truck barbecue type thing. And they, oh
Mobile.
my gosh, it's so good.
And do you remember who they are?
Yeah, Bert's.
No, not
well,
Bert's.
no, but I mean, isn't he their cousin or something?
No, he's not actually related to him at all.
Oh.
No,
But yeah.
They're in the same band as our kids.
Yeah.
In fact, one of the co-drummers he's there every time I've gone. Evans has been there.
Yeah.
And they're very
Right.
they're very excited when they see me. The boys are like, "Hi." Evans was there again. Okay.
All right, so now I could just paint this black. I probably will paint it black just because, but I could leave it black. It's just an open doorway, or we could put a wooden door slab. I'll probably end up putting a wooden door slab in there, but for now, we just need to get the stonework all done up. Thanks, Sid. I appreciate that. So we'll have to do a little more design on windows. We've got to get some kind of something up here. I mean, it can't just be a round stone thing. We'll have some windows and some stuff in it. I want to put at least a couple of windows on the main tower part. I have to figure out what I want to do here. I'm thinking it's just going to be kind of make a round platform here with some railing. The rock work I think is ready to just be carved down. We'll get the stairs all carved, get this rock work all carved, and kind of make this look like it's just kind of growing out. With a wizard orb on it. Actually, shoot, I don't have them here, but one of the things I was gonna do was at the top of, I'm gonna make like a conical, like a thin conical roof. Don't know how yet, but I'm gonna do that. And at the top, I've got some things that look like a wizard orb. I was gonna put one up here, but you're right. I think also on this little lookout tower have like a little scrying pool and a wizard orb, or some, you know, the wizardy things that the wizards do that they have to do outdoors. You know, looking at the moon and the stars and the things and the junk and stuff. Anywho, so I will probably between sessions just do some carving on the rocks. Yeah, scrying pool. I think that would be fun. So we'll do that. Good idea. I like it. I wasn't even thinking about putting stuff up there, but now I'm really thinking about that. But I'll try to do some of the carving on the rocks. Get some of that done, because you've already seen me do quite a bit of it. It's just going to be more of this stuff. Get this looking kind of like the rocks are kind of growing up, which, you know, rocks don't grow, but you know what I mean. You know what I mean. And then I'll see if I can figure out how I'm going to do a little thing here and how to do the roof. And then I'll see if maybe before next time I can get this black bombed so we can just start getting the painting and the detailing done. But I think most of the basic structure is here now. And so I'm thinking that this is a decently good wizard's tower. Gonna be. Yeah, it took me like 4 hours. Yeah, I mean, yeah, that's about how much time I spent. I mean, Pringles cans are the bomb, apparently. Little did I know, I've never used a Pringles can for anything before. Finally had a reason to use one, because I've got like 20 of them out in my garage in a box. So anyway, lots of mini Pringles cans. Yep. I mean, you can always. I've got my garage is just full of crap because I use it for stuff like this. But hey, you know, I guess I'm helping the environment. I'm recycling, right? Better than this being in a dump somewhere. So there's that. So I hope you guys enjoyed it. Green terrain, yep. I really appreciate you coming and hanging out. It was a lot of fun today. I really enjoyed just chatting with you guys, hanging out, having friends hang out with me while we're doing this stuff, and helping each other come up with ideas and things. I really, really enjoy that, and so I really appreciate you being here. Please remember to like and subscribe and follow and mash all the buttons and ding all the bells. YouTube, Facebook, Twitch, and Twitter, and YouTube, and all the stuff. And I'm going to go have some lunch. But until next time, build on.